Hello folks, do you like beaches? Well, I have a great treat for you all. We're back here in Delaware, the first state. This time, it's a little warmer. It looks drab around me, but believe me, it's very warm and a beautiful day. We are here in the great town of Lewes. Lewes? Is that how you pronounce it? I'm not sure, I'm just going to call it Lewes, because that's the best approximation I can come up with. Now, in the great coastal town of Lewes, this was originally a Dutch colony by the name of Zwanendel. Now, in Lewes, I'm walking in a nice garden area. The waterfall is not operating, but in front of us is the museum and former colonial house I showed you. This is what's known as the Zwanendel Museum. So originally, this whole coastal area was under the rule of the Dutch West India Company. The Dutch had claims in many parts of the eastern United States, and southern Delaware was one of them. And so this museum was built 300 years to celebrate the 300-year anniversary of the colony being built, and it still stands as one of Lewes's iconic landmarks, if you will. This Dutch colony failed eventually, and then was replaced by the British, and now today it stands as a nice beach town. Well, I promised you all the beach. Let's get closer to the shore. Yeah, of course I get the boring side. That other side has all the boats and the shops and the buildings. Why can't it be this side? You know, Delaware's a fun place. While I drive through the state, their license plate are a different breed. I don't know how it's done, but sometimes you can find only 3-4 digits on the license plate. And the license plate looks like it hasn't been changed in a while. The design, that is. It's just a simple navy and gold. Now, often enough in many beach towns, you'll find these hotels, and you'll find these shops. And that's sort of when you know you're really in the tourist part of a beach town. Yeah, all of these houses with these bright, colorful paints, light blue, turquoise, maybe even a beige. That's how you really know you're in beachfront territory. All right, here we are. I fully anticipate to have my shoes covered with sand by the end of this. Not gonna be fun to clean up. Yeah, something I love about Lewes is that it's not one of these overcrowded beaches. I mean, take a look at all this. It's almost like you have your own private beach. I mean, if you're willing to share with a few people. But compared to a lot of these places that we've been to, like Ocean City, Cape May, I'll take Lewes, Delaware, any day. All right, here we are on the damp, walkable sand. Anybody who's gone to the beach knows the struggle. Getting out from the ocean, walking onto the damp sand, then the soft sand, not being able to walk properly, and then it makes for a really weird, almost limping walking experience. But that's just me. But it's sure a wonderful sight. Who doesn't love a nice, quiet, peaceful beach? Sure, if you like the big attractions like the boardwalk and all these restaurants and stuff, I get it. I like that too. It makes a place seem lively. But if you want a quiet day on the beach, oh, Lewes, Delaware, no question. What a pity I just thought of something that might have debunked our latest claim. You see, I'm coming here in late April. By far, it's not the peak season. July, August, Lewes Beach may be a different story, who knows? But at least, if you come here when the weather's warm enough to be tolerable here, and it's early enough in the year that you don't have hordes of people just to maneuver through, you'll be in this spot, in this range, where there's nobody all around me. There's nobody, and it's great. You're on your own little adventure here on the beach. Restricted area? Well, I wanted to get up on the rocks, but once again, I'm gonna do the legal thing and stay off. But I was able to find the thing that I was actually going to try to find later on for the video. Guess I found it earlier than I thought. It's a ferry. So this ferry behind me, this connects all the way up to Cape May, New Jersey. So it's quite a few miles, but if people need to go from Lewes to Cape May or Cape May to Lewes, this is the ferry that takes them on their journey. Delaware is also a weird state in terms of its culture. Which region does Delaware belong to? Is it a northern state? Is it a southern state? I personally would say it belongs to the mid-Atlantic. Delaware is sort of at a transition zone, if you want to classify it either north or south. Because in the north, cities like Wilmington and Newark, of course, those are basically satellite cities of Philadelphia. So you classify it as a northern state. But once you go into the south, where this area is, there's a lot of farming going on, a lot of rural areas. And so I guess you could say southern Delaware fits into the south. But as far as here in Lewes and the neighboring beaches like Rehoboth, well, people from both the north and the south flock here. Everybody, no matter where you come from, north or south, we all like a good day at the beach. So it's neither here. So Delaware in its entirety is a very gray area when it comes to cultural regions and all that fun stuff. Onward we go to the downtown area, but I wouldn't call it the downtown area. It's a beach town. It's not really a big city. So we'll see what's there. Well, here we are at the Waterfront Park. As much as Lewes, Delaware is a beach town, it's also a boating town. Now take a look at this. This is called the Lightship Overfalls. And it's a real thing. Imagine being the captain of this big thing setting sail on the Atlantic coast. Like, for real, this thing is massive. It's no rowboat, that's for sure. You know, I'm sure being the captain of this thing, sailing it out onto the ocean, would give any captain a feeling of independence and freedom. Now these buoys are pretty fun, aren't they? seems like we've seen it all here in Lewes, Delaware. From the marinas, to the beaches, to the boats, to the houses. There's a lot to do and see here in Lewes. So, with sand still in my shoes and becoming an annoyance, more travels to come. I will see you at the next location.